Yo, what is up, everybody? It is Brandon, and I am back with another story. I'm pretty sure you guessed it. I love telling stories. It's probably one of my favorite things to do. I tell stories to all kinds of people, friends, strangers. Uh, yeah. Anyways, this story is about. Oh, hold on. Before I get into the story, I truly hope you are all having a good day, good night, whatever time it is. And all right, let's get back into the shit. So, this story is about how I brought DMT to my brother for for a great experience for him, but a not so great experience for myself. All right, this one is probably one of the oh, I didn't like this. I really didn't like this time I had. So anyways, we're just gonna get into it. Uh, my brother is probably 7 or 8. I think he's like 7.5 years older than me. So he's in his 30s. I'm in my later 20s right now. So that's I guess that really doesn't matter. But just to kind of paint a little picture for you. So I figured out how to extract NN dimethyltryptamine from Mimosa hostilis root bark powder. All right, and what's funny is literally through YouTube is how I found out how to extract it because for the longest time I had been looking for DMT everywhere, and no one really. I think I just don't have the connections. I don't want to say no one really has it. I'm just gonna say I don't really have the right connections. Um, but anyways, I couldn't find it, and one day my friend Jay and I were tripping. My infamous fucking brother from another mother, love that dude. He's literally look. Blood doesn't make you family, okay? It makes you relatives. Loyalty makes you family. And that guy, Jay, is fucking that's family to me because that's one loyal ass dude. Anyways, Jay and I were tripping one day and we were talking about DMT because one of the first times we met, we had smoked DMT and we had just wanted to see if we could mimic that experience or have. I don't think I've told that story yet. Maybe I have, but I don't want to ruin it, so I'm not going to talk too much about it. I'm just going to say we were trying to kind of mimic that experience and just have the DMT on deck. We like to explore our minds. All right, so anyways, one day we were tripping and we were like talking about DMT and we're like, dude, why the fuck? Like, why is it avoiding us? Like, why can't we find it? Why are we not? Why is it avoiding us? In a sense, a lot of people say DMT finds you, and if DMT doesn't find you, you fucking extract that shit. All right, it's not that hard. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna tell you how to make it because you can literally find out on your own. It's really not that hard. It's literally as easy as shit. If I can do it, I don't have a fucking. I'm not a chemist, okay? But anyways, we were trying to find it, and then he said something that was like, it just like a light bulb just went bing. And I was like, wait a minute, bro, no way. So he goes, how hard is it to make ourselves? And I was like, I had a moment where I was just like, I don't know, dude. Let's look it up. And we're always watching fucking YouTube when we trip. We'll always watch some funny ass YouTube videos or like dive down some rabbit holes. YouTube is hilarious when you're tripping. Like there's some funny ass videos, fails and all kinds of shit. But this day we were gonna use YouTube for something else. We were gonna educate ourselves on how to extract this substance ourselves, right? So immediately, bro, he opens up. I'm sorry, YouTube is already open, so he just grabs a controller, searches in the bar how to extract DMT, and lo and behold, a fucking plethora of videos pop up showing us how to make it ourselves. And we watched it, and we're like, that's not hard at all. Like everything was very basic. We didn't need like crazy equipment. It was like a beaker and a heating source. And honestly, you don't even need a heating source. You can make it without it because of the lye. The lye itself can literally. Well, I don't know the science of it. I'm not gonna fail talking about it anyways. So we figured out we could just make it ourselves. Flat line, that's the bottom line. We were able to figure out how to just extract the shit ourselves. Okay, so that's what we did. We ended up making it ourselves, and now we had an abundant supply of DMT, and that was fucking amazing, right? So, but let me not get ahead of myself. All right, I had some DMT. My brother really wanted to try it. My blood brother. So I took some. I had enough, right? I'm just gonna say that I had enough to probably get the whole fucking city of Miami fucked up on DMT. Maybe, I don't know. Anyways, maybe I'm exaggerating. Who knows? So I don't make this stuff anymore. So if you're trying to bust me, just know I I don't have anything, motherfucker. Regardless, but let me get back to the story. So I bring this over to my brother who lives in another city, kind of far away from me. So I had to go over there, and we hadn't seen each other for I don't know maybe like a year at the time. So he wanted to go kind of hard that night. I at the time I'd like taken a break off of smoking weed, so it had been like I don't know 3 or 4 months since the last time I smoked anything. So my tolerance was like that of a toddler. So immediately I get over there, we start, talking and smoking weed. I'm high off my ass already, okay? And then he gets the idea that because we started talking about the DMT, and I started telling him about my experiences, about how I usually do DMT when I'm already tripping, because I feel like it's easier to go from like 100 to 1,000 than like 0 to 1,000. You know what I mean? Like when you're already like coasting in that state of mind, like when you're already tripping, at least for me, I don't know about other people, but this I'm speaking for myself. When I'm already on some sort of psychedelic, DMT doesn't scare the fuck out of me as much as when I'm just like sober. Going 0 to 1,000 is a little more scary than going fucking 100 to 1,000. So, anyways, that's just my outlook. If you want to fucking roast me for that, that's fine. I like being rotisserie chicken. I love that shit. So roast up all you will. Anyways, so I'm telling him that, and he's like, "Well, do you want to get some acid?" And I'm like, "Fuck it, man. If that's what you want to do, like, hey, it'll help you have a good experience." My brother is he's not a beginner when it comes to these substances too, so I know he can handle himself very well. So I said, yeah, why don't you get some acid and take that, and then whenever you feel ready, then I'll load that DMT up for you, and I'll send you straight into hyperspace. All right? How's that sound? He agreed, and we opted to go grab some tabs. And luckily, we didn't have to go anywhere. We just hit up the dude. He ended up coming to us, and we kind of told him the dude what we were doing. I think I don't remember his name, which is probably good. We'll just call him S. So what's it? Sam. Let's say Sam. Sam. We'll just call him that. So this dude, he brings over some tabs. I think he brought over like 5 tabs or whatever. He brings over like 5 tabs. I take 2. My brother takes 2. The other guy takes 1. But I think he still had more. So I don't. My brother and him ended up taking more acid, but after taking the 2, I knew immediately. I was like, bro, this shit's weak as fuck. Like 2 tabs had me feeling like taking 1. You know what I mean? Like his shit was weak. I don't know what his shit was at, but it was weak as fuck. And I didn't want to like rag on his shit, but I was just I just told him, I was like, oh no, I'm good. I don't want to take any more than that, because I feel like it's just pointless, bro. And also God, there was nothing to do. Like we were just in a house, like just stuck in kind of like one room. Like my brother didn't even really have like a TV; he just had like a monitor for the desktop. So I'm not gonna shit on it, but look, it just wasn't a good time for me. But when the time came, my brother was like, "All right, let's like I want to see what this is about." So I said, "Okay." So I measured up. I didn't want to send him like straight into hyperspace, and I wanted him to kind of get the feel for it. Like I wanted to give him like a little bit over like a threshold dose to like show you like, yo, this shit is powerful, you know. Um, so I think I gave him like 15 milligrams or something like that. Yeah, 15. And since we weren't properly vaporizing it, I figured some of it was going to be destroyed. That's just what happens when DMT is very delicate. Okay, it doesn't, if you heat it up past like, I think I'm pretty sure it's like 175 to like 180 Celsius. If you heat it past that, it just destroys it and you just waste it. Um, so yeah, I had to take into accountability that like not all of it was going to be, there is no way he was going to be able to get the full 15. He was probably going to get like, I don't know, 5 to 10, something around there. I don't know. You never know. Anyways, so he smokes that. I could immediately tell. After, like I told him, hey, hit this. Don't keep the lighter on it for too long. We did the sandwich method. If you know what that is, or if you don't, let me just. It's the sandwich method is like a little bit of weed, then you put your dose of DMT, and then you put more weed on top of it, so there's no direct flame hitting your DMT, so it doesn't destroy it. Because if flame touches the DMT, the flame burns probably around 800 to 1,000 degrees, I think, something like that. So obviously that's a lot higher than 180 Celsius. So um, he does that. He has a good time. I mean, that was it was a small dose, and he had a little experience, and he was like, holy shit. And then like he came out of it and he was like, but I didn't he was talking, he was like, I don't think I broke through, I was still myself. And I'm like, yeah, bro, that was nothing. Like I literally gave you like nothing, bro. That's barely anything. So he was like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah, bro. I told you I was just giving you like just a taste, just to see what it does, so you could see its fucking true power. Goku's in the house, bro. That's DMT. Fucking Goku. You don't fuck with Goku when he goes Super Saiyan God. That's what that shit is. So you know, then yeah, because I don't think we had just taken the acid, but it wasn't kicked in yet, so we weren't fully on the acid yet when he did the first dose of DMT. And then after he did his dose, the other dude, Sam, he wanted to try. So I'm like, all right, sure. I gave him the instructions. I gave him, I think I gave him 20 milligrams, a little bit more than what I gave my brother, because I wasn't gonna give him another dose. Like I didn't want to just keep fucking giving this dude just like DMT. Like I don't even know this guy. Anyways, and it was for free. I was just giving it out for free. So I don't like to sell. I don't sell DMT. That's not what I do. I will never sell DMT. Um, I think it's one of those things that you just give out. But anyways, so I give him I set it up just like I set it up for my brother, and I gave him the instructions, and this fucking kid, he doesn't listen to me. Like I told him exactly what to do, and he torches the bowl completely. Like I watched him do it, and I was just like, oh, here we go. But when it happens, I shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna ruin your experience because I'm just gonna wait till after you come out of it, and then I'll tell you what you did wrong. So he does it, and immediately I'm like, yeah, he's not gonna get like a full experience or even anything. So he does it, and then he's like, bro, barely anything happened, and I'm like, I know because you didn't listen. You torched the bowl, and then when you like I told you to hold it in for as long as you can, you blew it out after like 1 second. Like you hit it like it was weed. Like yeah, man, you didn't get a fucking experience. So because of that, I'm like, well, I'm not gonna keep letting you waste it. I didn't say that, but I'm just like, yeah, bro. Like you wanted to smoke more, and I'm just like, nah, man. If you're gonna keep wasting my stuff, like, you're not listening to me. You're probably tripping, but you know that's besides the facts. I felt bad, but hey, it is what it is. It just wasn't his time to have his experience. Maybe he will in the future if he ever keeps chasing after it. He kept like asking me like how to make it, and what do I need to make it. And, I'm like, dude, it's online. Here, watch this video. You're gonna have to order the stuff. And he's like, bro, can we make it tonight? Can we? I'm like, in my head, I'm like, shut the fuck up. I am not about to do all this fucking shit with you. Like, what the fuck do you want? There's shipping days. You need to get a beaker. You need to. We're gonna, and then once we get all the, all the supplies, it's still gonna take at least like 48 hours to complete the process. I'm gonna be gone in 10 hours, motherfucker. Like, this kid was just annoying me. So, God, man, I don't like when people annoy the fuck out of me when I'm tripping balls. I wasn't even tripping balls, but like just I was tripping, and it was like I was annoyed at the fact that I wasn't tripping that hard because I knew the kid was lying because he was like, "Oh, these are double dose tabs," and like I understand everyone says that, but like every time I've usually gotten people that say like this is double dose tabs, they were decent tabs. But this motherfucker brought over some quote unquote double dose tabs and they felt like nothing, bro. I took two of them and I was like, where is it? Like, what the fuck? So, anyways, after that, I think we played pool. I love playing pool, so playing pool while tripping was awesome. I'm like, I got the bong on the side. I'm fucking hitting bong rips and playing pool with one of the other roommates that was in the house. Forgot his name, but he was a real cool dude. We'll just call him, yeah, cool dude, all right? So cool dude, we're playing pool and shit, hitting the bong, and my brother says, he's like, hey man, I think I'm ready to to take that other dose of DMT. Like I really want to see what it can do. So I said, all right, man. I go into his room with him. I measure out, because I don't fuck around. Like when it comes to DMT, I use a good scale to I mean it's not a fucking $1,000 scale like a laboratory scale, but it's a good jewelry scale that can measure micrograms. So I made sure I was able to give him like the specific dose. I think I gave him, I think it was like 40 milligrams or 45, something like that. Either 40 to 50 milligrams of DMT. And again, you have to take into accountability that not all of it is going to be ingested because some of it is most likely going to be destroyed. It's not a perfect vaporizing method. This is the sandwich method. There's a flame involved, and the flames they burn too hot. And when they burn too hot, it destroys some DMT, so you're not getting the full dose. Always take that into consideration when you're using the sandwich method, that you're not going to get the full dose. It just doesn't work like that. You have to vaporize this shit correctly, perfectly, or else you're gonna destroy some of it. Anyways, so I gave him the 40 to 50 milligrams. I can't remember exactly which one it was, but I set it up for him. I put on one of those frequencies, like the 963 hertz frequency. So I played that while he hit his dose, right? And I could immediately tell, like I, I don't think he broke through, but I think he was really close because from what he describes, he was still, he didn't lose himself. Like he still knew who he was, but the experience he had was, it was crazy, man. I've never seen my brother like that. Like when he hit it, held it in. He also didn't hold it in for as long as I told him to, too. So I feel like maybe that kind of fucked it up a little bit. Maybe if he would have held it in for the full 20 seconds or so, he would have maybe broken through. But I think he only held it in for like 5 to 7 seconds, something like that. I'm like, that shit always kind of like, I should grind my gears. Like, bro, just fucking listen to me, man. I'm trying to look out for you. Um, Regardless, he had a very nice, like my brother ended up crying. Like he was like, he after he hit it, he laid back in the bed and he just like tears just started pouring out of his eyes, and he kept saying he was like, I'm sorry, please forgive me. I feel like I know what he was talking to, but the shit is wild, okay? But he has that experience, and like when he came out of it, he was saying like, I didn't know I needed to cry. Like he was like, I haven't cried like that since dad passed away, since he was 12. And It's fucking magical, man. I could tell immediately after that. Like, it kind of. I mean, it didn't change him completely, but I could tell like from that experience, like it changed him a little bit, for the better, and that was that shit's it's awesome, man. It's crazy that like the substance can kind of change people for the better. Um, anyways, yeah, that is the. But okay, here's what sucks. Okay, what sucks about this is after he did his dose, the rest of the experience, right? Like, he was saying, like my brother was saying, like he thinks his room is haunted and shit, and like he feels like something haunts him because of something that happened when he was younger, and he, he has I don't want to say he's murdered, but like it wasn't like that. But he ended up having to kill one of his best friends because like they tried to like take him hostage. I'll probably do a video about that, but because of that, he feels like something like the friend that he had to kill haunts him, and always follows him or something like that. So he was saying like something was in his closet and fucking. I brought some of this. It's a wood incense. It's a Palo Santo. So I brought some of it. It's like sage. So I'm burning that shit because I'm like, bro, I don't want no fucking. You keep that motherfucker away from me. I don't need no bad negative energies attaching themselves to me. Get that shit out of here, boy. I don't play those games. So I'm just in there paranoid, fucking burning this wood. And the other dude's Sam is still there, and he just was giving me bad vibes, and I just wasn't fucking around with Sam like that. I didn't really. I wouldn't be friends with that dude. Like I wouldn't like hanging out with him all the time. And this is the first time I met him. I don't like to be around people I barely even know tripping on acid. Like it's kind of weird. So it sucked. The rest of the experience was just like me. Like I just wanted to go to sleep after that. I shouldn't have even taken the acid. I really wish I didn't take the acid, but I just wanted my brother to feel comfortable. Like I didn't want him to, to just be fucking tripping balls and me be sober. And you kind of like, it's just weird when you're with someone and they're not tripping. I'm pretty sure some of y'all understand, but I really shouldn't have taken it to begin with because there was nothing to fucking do. It was such a boring. Besides like me being able to give my brother the DMT for his experience, it was such a boring ass time. Like there was just nothing to do, man. So after that, we ended up like trying to go to sleep, and you already know, man. Like there's no fucking sleeping on that shit. So I was just staring at the back of my eyelids for the the very little visuals that were occurring behind my eyelids were just keeping me up till fucking the sunrise, and that was annoying. So I'm not gonna complain and fucking bicker about it all day, but this story is getting a little long, so I'm gonna cut it here. Thank you all for listening. That is the story of how I brought my brother some DMT for a weird time. I hope you all have a great fucking day, great night. You already know it's Brandon, and I will catch you in the next video.